What is going on today, guys? We are here and we are restarting on a new game for Fear the Night. Now, I decided to start over because it's been a while since we did our playthrough, and I figured it was about time we just restart. And then, you know, just because it's been so long. But this first this first screen here, you get to pick all your character details out. Now, one thing to note is you want to be quick. The server timer is already going, so now we're gonna just jump on in here. Now, this is the beginning survivors camp, and as you can see, there's really not anything here. You basically got to set out now because, as you can see, there's no water, there's no food left here. Everybody else is left, and yeah, so we need to go out. We need to get ourselves going. Start making our own way throughout the world, finding everything we can. Can search a couple things up here now. There's a couple toolboxes, not a whole lot in them, but you know, it's some good early stuff. Power tools, duct tape, and nails. So, always good to grab them. I think there's one more right here. Scoop that a little bit up, and as you can see, they were growing stuff up here. Kind of a nice little survivors camp. Oh, there's one more toolbox I missed. Whoops. There we go. Come right on over here. Check this out again. The only thing different is you get a pipe fitting as well in that one, so. Come on. Get through there. Alright, now we're going to jump down here, and once you jump down here, you cannot get back up. So, what we do to start out with is we go around and we just gather up as much as we can. Just some rocks, some wood. As you can see, there's a deer. We won't be killing them for quite a while. You need a bow, and you need to be able to hit them in the head, and then you got to harvest them for their meat and stuff. So eventually they will come in handy. The biggest thing that comes in handy off them and the rabbits is the fur. You will need a lot of that for making hide and like the armor and stuff that goes with it. So again, to start out with, we're just going to go through here and grab as much as we can just to level up, because a lot of the early game levels don't come with really too much of anything good, I'll say. But now we can go into tab here and to level up. Now, I always take weight. That's just my own personal preference. And to start with, I'm going to go into melee, because that's what we will be doing the most of for quite a while, is melee. And as you can see, you start unlocking some stuff in here. We need a couple clubs, so we're just going to make all 3 of them up right away. And we'll get to bandages, but bandages require, where is it? Right here. They require cloth. So we'll get cloth. Cloth isn't going to take too long to get, but you can throw one of these up here and pull that out. Now we're ready to go to start kicking some zombie tail. So again, just gather up as much as you can. Everything comes in handy. You don't need too much echinacea. Echinacea goes bad after time, so just know that if you pick up too much of it, you'll see it start to spoil a long time before you can use it. G brings up your quick stats under your health and energy bar on the left. As you can see, food and water are going down, and they go down pretty quick. And the infection, you want your infection number as high as possible. The lower it gets, it'll start sapping health, and eventually it will kill you off. So just be aware of that as well. So now, one of the first things I like to do is, you can, as you're going along, pick up some wood and some rocks. But one of the first things I like to do is I like to head over to the school. Now, the reason for this is better weapon. You can get their large water pipe, and I believe it is 45 damage. So that's a heck of an improvement over 12 damage. So, but that's not the main reason I go over there. The main reason I go over there is for the water and food. Now, yes, you can get plenty of tainted water killing zombies, but it's just, for me, I find it simpler to go over there. What we can actually do, if we wanted to first, is we can capture a shelter here, which I can show you that quick. You're going to need batteries, gas, and power tools for that. So as you can see, we just got jugs of gas and batteries there. We're going to level up again quick. Check out what we've unlocked. We've unlocked the axe and the hammer, which both of them come in pretty handy, but it's not too long before we will unlock the next tier. For right now, I'm just not going to make them. We will be making them, don't worry. But as you can see, to take over one of these beginner bases, you need 1 battery, 3 power tools. And once you put them in, you can start repairing it, and it will automatically repair itself. But you can also help it along, and it goes a lot faster. So as you can see, it's going up an additional 10 per tick, and so instead of 20, it goes up by 30. Now the reason you need a base, or at least for me anyway, you don't have to make a base, you don't have to capture a base right away, or a shelter rather, but I like to capture one right away so I can put down storage when I get to it. I can get my benches going, and then I can have a campfire set up right outside here. Now again, you don't have to capture a shelter to be able to put down a campfire. The beginner area right over there, right after you drop down, you could have crafted a campfire, stuck it on the ground, and been good to go. But you need a campfire to boil water to make it clean. Now, yes, you can drink the tainted water, but it lowers your infection number, I believe, 20 per bottle. So be very careful when doing that. I would advise you to drink the purified water, but in a pinch, I have drank the dirty water as well. So now that this is repaired, it's 2000 of 2000. You're going to hold F, go to access inventory, and we're just going to drop some gas over there. And now we're going to click occupy here, get out of there, and now you'll see 2 zombies start to spawn. There's one there and there. So these are pretty easy to take over as far as shelters go for the first ones. The zombies take a few hits. Obviously this weapon is not very good. So, a few hits and that is it. Only 2 will spawn. Now you just wait for that thing, and we could search these guys up quick. Grab a little bit of stuff off them. Now, always turn your generator off when you're not using it. It will suck through the gas, and not only that, but it tends to kind of attract the zombies as well. So now that we have a little bit of cloth, we can come in here and we can make some bandages. We're going to make 10 of them up. Now you don't have to make 10, but I just like to get a good stack going right away. Also don't need this battery anymore, so we can drop that. We really don't need the power tools either, so I'm just going to get rid of them for now, and let's head off to the school. Now one thing to note, when you are crafting, you cannot sprint and you cannot jump. So do take note of that. If you are going to be crafting when you're expecting to be in combat, you will be slowed down, you will not be able to run away, and you will not be able to jump up on anything. So just a few things to note. Now the school is over this way. It's not, this is not the only way to get to it. You can go a few different paths, but it's all basically the same. As you can see, the school point of interest is right there. There's a zombie stuck in this house, which this tends to happen a lot more often than you'd think. So it's not a big deal. You just can't do anything with him until he either breaks through the door or until you occupy the shelter. So again, we leveled up. We're going to go into weight again and some more melee for now. And we have unlocked shoes, the hat, and a little handy box, which the shoes and hat really don't do a whole lot, but I do advise you to make armor. Even if it's only a little bit, every bit of armor helps. So by no means think that I'm suggesting don't make armor. I am 100% suggesting you do it. The only difference for me is I play a little bit overconfident in the fact that I feel I don't need the armor early game. So I have a really quick play style when it comes to games like this. But, you know, everybody's style is their own. Do not take it in the fact that I'm doing it this way. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is you saw my club broke. It will switch in a new one for these ones, but it takes a couple seconds. So just realize that once your club breaks, there's a durability bar on the club, on your hotbar there. Once it actually breaks, it takes like 1-2 seconds for it to come out and for you to be able to swing again. But it can get you hit, so just be fair warned. Now, the reason I'm killing these guys is experience and all the lovely stuff that they drop. They drop some really nice stuff. A lot of it we won't need quite yet, but the water is a very important thing. The food is kind of important, but we leveled up again. So again, well, this time I'm going to go into water because our water is dropping like a rock, and we can actually start taking one into health just to be on the safe side. Now, there's a lot of these zombies in the school, so just be warned. If you guys are gonna plan on coming here to do like I'm doing, be warned, there is a ton of them in here, and they can definitely take hits. As you can see, this guy is quite a bit higher level. There's the club that just broke, so whenever I know my club's about to break, I'll always give them a step like that. But anyway, let's get in here. We're just going to grab a little bit of stuff. I'm not going to loot the whole place. Our water is dropping like a rock, so I just want to get in here. Grab, this is the pipe I'm talking about, which we'll grab it after we kill this guy off because it wants to be a little funky. And come on. There we go. 10 hits to take him down, but he was worth almost 800 XP as well. So we're going to grab this, and I'm going to clear this guy out first before we go any further, because just in case for some reason we'd have to retreat out of there. Ooh. They're getting a little bit smart there. Now my club is about to break, and I don't have another one, so we need to give this guy a little bit of room here, just like that. Come in here, throw this up on our hotbar, and now we're ready to go again. Now this does infinitely more damage. I mean, at 45 damage stats, it is amazing the amount of hit difference that you'll need. Now I honestly didn't know that they would walk over this. I really didn't. So when they hit you, your infection number does go down quite a bit. You can take these echinacea like this, boost your numbers back up. So this is the water and the food that I was talking about. There's tons of it in here. There's a whole bunch of other stuff in here as well. Once you capture this point of interest, you get some extraordinary loot. Now I'm not going to explain too much about what the loot is, but that'll be something that I'll just let you guys wait and see for yourselves once we get to it. Now, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time in here because, as you guys can see, our water level is tanking really bad. But I did want to come in here and grab a little bit of stuff. Let's run over here quick. There should be a little bit more. Yep. Now, like I said before about, yes, you can use the water as it is. Now watch my infection bar here. Come here and right click and hit consume. Oh, okay, it actually drops 35. So I was wrong. But That's a hell of a drop. It really is. It's one hell of a drop. But now we've leveled up again, so we can start making a bow and arrows rather, not just an arrow, but, and we can start making cardboard armor. Now this is what I was waiting for. I always wait for cardboard armor. It's not the smartest decision, but I feel comfortable enough playing to, at least personally, that I can wait. But again, don't play exactly how I play if you're not comfortable doing it that way. The zombies are a bit rough, but as you can see, our health has dropped down. So we click number 7 to take a bandage. It takes about 8 seconds to bandage up. Now you can stop it whenever you want, and there's also a CD to be able to use one again. Now we're gonna run down. Yeah, we're gonna leave them. We're gonna run down here quick. There's some more of these boxes. These boxes are what has the cardboard in them. So this is another thing we come for, because this will give us our early game armor. And as you can see, there is a bunch more food and water, and there's actually Molotov cocktails in here as well. And gasoline, but gasoline's really not big on our worry list at the moment, I'll say. Come on, pick them up. So yeah, we have 19 bottles of water and 20 things of food just from coming here, so that's a pretty good start. Now water does go quick. Water drops unbelievably quick. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. Water is going to be a constant thorn in the side for stuff that you need to do. It's bad. Now, yes, you can tweak the settings. If you're playing single player, you can tweak it so your water drains slower or anything like that. I didn't. I play with it just stock, with the exception of I have my XP multiplier a little bit higher. Now these table legs, I don't bother with. I actually can't drop it that way, but I don't bother with them. Yes, they are a decent weapon. If you find one early game and you don't have access to a pipe like this, it's great. But for me, I just don't use them. Now, I will show you what all this stuff is used for. A lot of it is just scrap. So what that means is once we make a salvage bench, that's where it'll finally start to come in handy. But I want to get some more of this cardboard and kill off a couple more of these guys. Just get them out of our way. You can search all these. I don't take everything. I won't take batteries this early on. I mean, unless we need to scrap them on the salvage bench, but they just weigh way too much to make it worth taking. They have 15 weight units per, so they're a bit heavy. Now, as you saw, we just got ourselves a t-shirt here. You can wear that. Now this one is just has 2 armor. This one has 5. So again, it's nothing special. I gotta remember I can't drop stuff that way either. But can add some more into weight again, and we're gonna start going into ranged because of the bow. So how much stuff do we got? I think we have enough for now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make the trek back to our base. We're going to get ourselves a campfire set up, and we're going to boil up some water. Then we're going to start getting some resources needed to start making other stuff. We're going to want a bench right away, and we're probably going to take a second shelter right away as well, because you almost need, especially early game when the shelters can only hold 1 bench, you almost absolutely need to have several shelters right away. Now, my water is tanked way down again, so I'm going to consume another bottle there, just like that, and then just slam down a bunch of echinacea flowers again. Now, once we actually can start boiling the water and stuff, then I won't do that again. Once you get access to purified water, it's really not necessary or worth it to do that. It takes a lot of echinacea flowers, and if you forget about it, it can be quite bad. So pick up some more of this stuff on the way, and we don't have to bust up any rocks or anything like that with the harvesting tools, which we're still going to make them, and we are going to need to harvest up quite a bit with them. It's just, there's always a constant need for something on this game. Always. I mean, whether it be, and it's not that it's necessarily a bad grind for it either. It's actually, this game is really fun. This is arguably one of my favorite games. And so yeah, the grind isn't as terrible as you'd think it might be, but it's still a bit of a grind. Like I said, there's a lot you need. There's always need for some resource on here, and getting to them is what's the fun part, I think. Like, especially when you got to start going into caves and stuff. But we'll get into that more later. If you guys have watched some of my playthrough on this before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for now, we need this campfire going here. We need to start making some arrows up. Now we are going to need to get some more hemp, more wood, and more stone. But we'll get to that all later. Put our bow up there. Number 6. Now you can place it. This is your radius that you basically own with your shelter. So I'm just gonna place it right down there. Access the inventory, or there we go. Put the wood in there, put the water in there, light it up, and while that's going, we're going to go out, grab a little bit more wood, and make ourselves an axe right away. Because while that's going, we can sit here and chop down some wood, chop down the trees. They actually fall over and disappear on here. So, grab a little bit of stuff here. I think that should be plenty. Come into here and get that made up quick. Now, I'm not going to make the hammer. I'm going to wait till we get the tier 2 of that, because there's plenty of stones on the ground. The only thing is, wood, it's really nice to be able to harvest it when you need it. But as you saw, we just made these. These are 30 armor each, so we can replace these crappy ones there and just drop them. They're of no value now. So, but yeah, while our water is cooking up, as you can see, our health bar is dropping because we are thirsty. You know, it is what it is. We have bandages. I'm not too concerned about it. Water does take a while on the campfire, so just be fair warned that if you're in a desperate need for water, you might have to drink a bottle of Tainted to keep your health from dipping. Now, for me, I'm not too concerned with it because I know exactly what. Whoops, bring that over here first. But I know exactly how it's all gonna go, so I'm not too concerned. Now we can split it in half. I'm gonna make sure there's plenty of wood in here to purify all our bottles. Now, as you can see, when you drink it, you do get empty bottles back. So that is just one thing to note, and you can refill them, which I can show you. Let me bandage up first, and we can check our stats. Our infection's pretty good. Water is pretty crappy. Food's going down. Food goes down a lot slower than the water. Water goes down like a rock. I mean, it is nuts. Water goes down so fast, it's unreal, honestly. But I'm gonna grab these hemp strands while we're here because we're going to need a bunch of them. So now, once you get close to the water, don't walk into the water yet. You can hotbar these, and you have to actually step into the water, so you will start to get infected from doing this. But you step into the water, click that number till they're all filled, like that, and then just get on out. So yeah, it does sap your infection down a little bit, but it's not horrible, so. Alright, let's get back here. We'll throw these on the fire with the rest of them, and then we'll continue doing a little bit of harvesting here. Click it. There we go. Throw them over there. We'll take this one with us, and now let's get back to some harvesting. So again, just come over to the tree. Now once you get to some better tier harvesting tools, this goes a lot quicker. You get a lot more out of it, especially later on. But again, I'm not going to spoil too much of that. If you've watched my other videos, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, it's a hell of a difference, honestly. It is. We're just going to grab some bits of this, grab all these hemp strands and everything that we can. We're pretty good on echinacea, so I'm not going to bother with taking much more of that if I can. But these hemp strands are easiest to get around the water like this. There's absolutely tons of them. But just keep going along here. And this is what I meant about rocks. Rocks are everywhere. Wood is too, but I think you go through more wood than rocks, especially early on. So, and we're always out harvesting for hemp strands like this anyway. You know, you probably won't even have to make the axe if you didn't want to, but I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe because of the fire and everything, you just go through that much more wood. But anyway, let's get back here. We're going to take a look in our inventory once we get back by our fire here and see if we can make ourselves a first bench. So we'll get right on over here. And let's go into the crafting menu here. Now I'm going to make up a couple more of these because I don't want to waste my pipe in the starter area. But yes, we can. As you can see, we will need a bunch more stuff for this yet. We need more wood, mainly. In my opinion, the salvage bench is probably more useful than the workbench right away. But again, opinions will differ on that. The workbench is very handy, but there's a lot of stuff that you will need salvaged materials for before you can make it. So it's almost more important. As like the small chests, I will pretty much skip these handy boxes. They only have 4 storage slots. These have a ton more room, but you need 5 recycled metal. So we need to get a little bit more wood, and then we can make one of them up. So we can actually hit this stump, and a little bit more materials out of here. Nothing spectacular, but again, once we get onto the better tier harvesting tools, this will be so much easier. It's just, it feels a bit more grindy early game because it naturally is going to be. But we have 400 weight now, so I'm actually going to go another one into water. And again, we're going to go with some ranged because we're going to start using our bow. Now I am going to swap out the pipe because I want to save it. As you can see, the durability is right under the weight number there. It's 90 out of 150. I like to keep them once they get so far down in durability to scrap them up. They give a lot of scrap metal back. But let's get into here. scroll on down, and we're going to craft this up first. Once this is done, we're going to place it in our base. We're actually going to eat a little bit here. So now you can right click and hit consume there, or just mouse over it and hit F to consume it. We're going to bring all our stuff up again, just so we don't have to worry about it later, and drop that right in our number 6 slot. And now we can come into our base, and as you can see, there's 2 small slots, and then there's one bigger slot. The bigger slots are used for most of your workbenches. There are some storage things that you can put down in there, and there are a couple stations you can put down on here as well, but we'll get to more of that later on. But as you can see, all this stuff can be salvaged down. What is salvage only is going to be in this tab, so you can just go through. It doesn't take long to salvage it, but you're going to get recycled metal from stuff like this, recycled plastic from here. Batteries give plastic and chemicals. Chemicals are very important later on, but there's a lot of easy ways to get it other than just that. So again, I won't spoil it too much. It won't take us too long to get to that in the videos, but there is a lot of easy ways. I will be making complete guides on this later on, but for now I'm just not gonna spoil it too much. One thing I want to do is we want to get one of these made up right away, so we need a little bit more wood. Wood is the absolute resource in the beginning game. It is the one that you are going to constantly be after, so that's again why I just made the hatchet or the axe instead of making both, because I'm pretty sure we have plenty of rocks left. So there we go, plenty there. Alright, come into here, scroll on down. Right here we're just gonna craft one. And throw that up to number 6. Now you can also enter and exit through these doors. They will close automatically, so you don't have to click that. And another thing to take note of these is if you don't have anything in this slot, you can accidentally put them in that slot. So just keep an eye on that. Throw all that over there. Yeah, as you can see, we still got quite a bit of stone left. So yeah, stone's not going to be too hard, but alright, these Molotovs, I'm just going to use this as a whatever drop chest for now. Later on we will kind of organize a bit better. Now you can drag and drop like this. You can also hit T to transfer. So you know, it all depends on how you want to do it. It's up to you. These are just survivor notes. There's really not enough lore in the game. They actually don't make much more than after the school that I have found. So, you know, to be honest, we'll take a look at them, but I really wish they would have put more lore into the game. But that's just me. So I'm going to make up a bunch more arrows, and then I'm going to drop everything else off once they're done. So as you can see, it doesn't immediately take it. It takes it over time. So throw all that in there. This is the damaged one. We're actually going to, I'll actually show you what I mean with how much materials you get for these. This is the damaged one. You get 8 to 10 metal. Now it does take 10 seconds, but that's a lot of recycled metal early game. So I'm just going to salvage that. We got 2 more. So it's not a huge deal there, but yeah, we got 9 out of that one alone. So that's almost double what we have already. So as you can see, we are at 46 of 400 for our weight. Our chest is 118 and a half out of 1200. So quite a bit of room there. Now we're going to come in here, access our inventory, and we're going to take some of them out. And then we're just going to let the fire go. I think we're going to end the episode there. And the next episode, we're going to be taking over some more shelters, and we're going to be journeying back to the school again. and we're gonna loot that more thoroughly, loot around it, get more materials for salvaging and for building, and we're going to try to level up a lot more because we're going to need to unlock the other benches and lots of other good stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. Let me know what you guys think of this game in the comment section down below. I know the game seems like it's pretty dead, but it's a great game. Honestly, if you guys have not tried this game, I would tell you to consider it. It's great. There's a lot to it. We've only barely scratched the surface of this game. So, if you guys are enjoying this content, remember to smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are enjoying this game or if you enjoy it as much as I am. And as always, if you're new to the channel or if you've been watching for a while, consider subscribing to the channel, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Now,